Welcome to Dare a New Belief, a place to discover what is possible for your life after the loss of a loved one, and where you will find inspiration, insight, support, and love, and hopefully a bit of laughter to help you through the day. Now here's your host, Nada Hogan.
Welcome to Dare a New Belief. Today we are talking with Sebastian Burset, who started off as one of my clients and now has become one of my friends. So Sebastian has a wonderful story about overcoming a pretty big deal. And I'm going to introduce you to Sebastian right now to tell us a little bit about his triumph over a big deal. Welcome, Sebastian.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Great.
Yeah, I wanted to share a little bit my story. First started in 2016, where I was diagnosed with tracheal cancer. Went through surgery the first time, chemotherapy and radiation, went through the process. Fortunately, a year and a half later, it showed up again. But this time it showed up in two different places, one in my lung and the other one was in my hip, the bones of my hip, the left side. But so when it showed up the second time in my body, I kind of felt like there was a need for me to actually approach this second time, give him a different approach. I guess the first time it was mainly just going through the punches, like, oh, we gotta go surgery, we gotta go do chemo and radiation, and kind of that was it. Change a little my eating habits, but no more than that. And I would say the second time when I find out about it, what I did is I thought about it. I was like, it gotta be something else, it gotta be something more than just follow the direction of the doctors, So the second time we started doing acupuncture, and thanks to that, we found you, Nada, and with that we started doing a lot of meditation, changing our way of thinking, like how I was seeing my whole experience through dealing with cancer. Luckily, we were able to, within 6 months of the second diagnosis, we were able to eliminate the cancer from the body, and right now we are clear. It's been since July of 2018. It's been 6 months already, and we have 2 checkups, and the 2 checkups came out clear. It is amazing, it's like, it's nothing better to hear that when the doctors come and say, hey, you have nothing in there, and so we're going to keep it that way,
Absolutely. And Sebastian, can you tell the audience what it feels like when the doctor walks in the room and says, your test results came out clear. You're not showing anything on your PET scan. What is that feeling? Do you even have words for that?
Yeah, I do, but at the same time, it's almost like, of course, as I learned with you, you just gotta believe what they saying, and keep it positive. But at that moment, it's like you turn around and you look whoever is with you, or even yourself, it's almost like you look inwards and you say, is it real? Is he for real? Is he, you really wanna, it's almost like you wanna double check, and then triple check. Are you sure what you're telling me is what I'm hearing? Even though it's funny because during the process, during the treatments of acupuncture that we had, and during the different coaching sessions that you gave us while we were doing acupuncture with you, you taught us how to start thinking and how to think about the day that you go to the meeting. This is gonna happen. This is what is gonna happen, and this is how it's gonna happen, right? And it's right. I remember that that day on the office, waiting, and this one doctor came in, and it was just like that, and my wife Christina couldn't even believe it. She almost well, she started crying, but at the same time, it was like he kidding. It almost like he knew what we've been practicing during days and days and days, like meditating and thinking about the doctor. And it's interesting because this doctor, it was a new doctor that we haven't seen for a while, but he came in and he came all chirped up, like so happy about it, and and throw that news right away. So to us, it was like, is whether, like we say in Spanish, it's creer o reventar. It's either you believe or you blow out. Yeah. So yeah, it is. You may find yourself like doubting yourself a little bit, whether what you hear is right or not. But yeah, the sensation, like 2 seconds, 3 seconds after you actually, or maybe 30 seconds after you realize he's saying that, is like the best news that you can ever have. It's just amazing. It's a relief. It's like a big heavy backpack that somebody takes from your back. It feels great.
What do you think the hardest part was with visualizing the doctor coming in and saying your test results are clear, you have no cancer, you are 100% healed? What is the hardest part of the visualizing of that?
Well, I will say starting thinking that way. You gotta let go of the worrying. Once you start thinking a little positive, a little more positive, and not thinking of what the bad things that could happen to you. But the moment you start thinking, and even when you visualize, it may not be the same office, the same doctor, it may not be the same, but the moment you start seeing it that way, and it becomes easier and easier to repeat that process. But you have to start, and like I say, it's almost like you gotta not lie to yourself, but it almost like you have to push yourself to believe that story. It's like a new reality. Like this is the way it's gonna be, and so you gotta say, and you gotta convince yourself that is the way it's gonna be. At least that is how it was for me. For the first treatment that I went through, 2016, after the surgery and everything else, and 2017, I wasn't thinking that way. I wasn't, like I say, I went through, and yeah, I did a little meditation, but I didn't have any of the component of thinking and visualizing my body being healthier. All I was thinking all the time was trying to stay relaxed. But the visualization of it is another level. When you do the meditation with visualization and seeing your body and feeling your body better and better every time you do it. It got to the point that on my surgery, the first surgery that I have, that the one that I had, they took half of my thyroid, and supposedly my level of the thyroid is supposed to go higher, but eventually somehow we reversed that, and it's not coming any higher. Actually, it's staying close to 5.8 or 6. It's like and it stays that way. Other than visualization and maybe eating a little bit different because of that, but not even medicine. I'm not taking any medicine related to thyroids or related to the cancer right now to control any of that. All I'm taking right now, if anything, once in a while, because of my acid reflux, is the only thing that I take every so often. Other than that, there is no medicine that I'm taking to. But I will say visualization, the hardest part is to start. The moment you start, and you, like you said, sky's the limit, and you can visualize and dream. It's almost like dream and visualize at the same time what you want, what you would really like to see. Once you start, then it's like you just feel comfortable. So you have to trust yourself that you can do it. Like you can, even if it seems impossible, you can still do it. Like I said, I was diagnosed the second time. It was two different spots. It was stage 4, and somehow the universe, me, my family, my whole team, we got rid of it. So I think it's possible.
Absolutely. And 100% you. And that's the most important thing, right? Because you can have the best team, you can have everybody around, but if you don't believe it and you're not doing the work, visualizing and feeling yourself healed and telling yourselves you're healed, it's a completely different story. So you did the work, and it's such an honor to be one of the people on your team. And I'm totally thrilled with that. So would you say, because people, right, cancer's scary. That's it. It's I think the scariest C word that could ever be. So could you say that there's a blessing that has come out of the cancer for you? And now we won't even call it that anymore. We're just going to call it the incident or whatever. Because I just don't think we need to keep calling that word back to ourselves. That, right? So I had we all have some kind of little illness through our life, but we work our way through that, we get better, and then we continue on with our life. But what would you say is the biggest blessing that has come to you through this illness that you are 100% completely recovered from?
Yeah, it's funny. I was today in the afternoon, I went for a hike with my dog, and as I was walking, I was thinking about this, and every so often you think, and sometimes I think things happen for a reason. Sometimes you think they don't, but I will say with this second time, especially, I realized that, yes, it made me realize probably I was putting too much energy and emphasis on the things that I didn't want to see in my life, or that I was worried about things that sometimes you have no control on it. And I also realized that I was doing stuff that I wasn't necessarily in love with it, that I didn't have passion for it. And I guess, I was between stressing and not loving what I was doing, and not necessarily enjoying what I was doing for a while, especially for work. I guess probably it doesn't help the body, to be in the right place. So during this time that I was doing the treatment and recovery and everything else, I had a lot of time to think, and I started doing other things. Like I discovered a new passion that is related to photography. That, and also that, that you never know when you're gonna be called, whether it's gonna be from up there, from down there, from whatever you want to call it in the universe. You never know. So might as well, we have to enjoy what we do, if possible, every day. So blessings, I think it was different ones. First of all, to find out my new passions, but also to realize how the hearted people that I have right next to me, like my wife and friends, and people around the community that sometimes you don't see it every day or day to day, but really good people that they're willing to lend a hand when they need it, and provide tons of energy. Another thing that we did it thanks to you. It was the Power of 8, and that's another great source and tool that we utilize. And actually, we were able to become part of that group, and we continue doing so every week. But yeah, I think there's, at this point, I can say that yes, things happen for a reason. Whatever happened to me, it helped me. It helped me see probably the world in a different way. Started seeing a little bit more the glass. I would say, even when it's empty, it's because I have a lot of space. The things that I want to do, they have the empty space, so I can put more into that glass. So sometimes say, oh, I see it half full. Sometimes I see it completely empty, but it's not because I have nothing in it. It's because I want to do so many things that I need that space for putting into that cup right there. So definitely gotta look for the good things that are coming out of it. I know, as nasty as it gets when you get on that, whether it's the C word, or any other illness, you are gonna have some sort of lesson to learn. And maybe you didn't learn it. I guess you didn't learn it before in your life. And I guess it gets to a point where sometimes it has to be a little more dramatic for you to get it. Maybe you have signals before and never got it, but then maybe with this one you do. So
well, I totally believe that the power that makes the body is the power that can heal the body. And when we get into alignment with that, everything in our life changes. And I know that your photography, you take fabulous pictures. You have beautiful pictures. And as we start to wrap this up, where could the listeners go to find your artwork if they wanted to purchase it or just enjoy looking at it? Because it is phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Thank you. Yeah, if they want to see what I'm doing right now, they can go to sebaburset@gmail.com if they want to contact me, or if not, on Instagram is sebaburset21. And yes, right now I have like my first exhibit is in Northfield, Hideaway coffee shop right there, and there's a few in there. But yeah, I'll do it. I love landscapes and I love hiking. So whenever I go for a walk and I see something that I like, especially catching some good light, if I can get it, I do. And yeah, I like to share what I see whenever I'm working with my best friend Ginger. She's the one that has been with me since the first treatment, and she always around. So if you ever want to meet her, you can always contact me, and I'll let you hang out with her too.
Yes. Along with his wife, Christina.
I named her earlier, and I said Christina. It was great. That's what I said earlier.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So don't worry if you did get the name. It will be in the show notes, so you'll be able to get his name, his Instagram, and his email account, and you can contact Sebastian and definitely look at his work because it's phenomenal. I want to ask you one final question almost. Why is it Sebastian Burset 21?
Seba Burset, yeah.
Okay.
SEBA.
Seba.
First four letters of my name and then in my last name.
Okay. Obviously, I need Spanish lessons. But in the meantime of Spanish lessons, why 21?
It's the number. I always like it. And 21 is the year that I left. That's the age that I left when I came to the United States. I was 21 at that point. And but then I always like it. So I keep it around.
Okay, cool. So the reason I'm asking is because 21 is one of my favorite. I have two favorite numbers, and everything I do is 21 something. So it's just another little synchronicity. And I love like God crumbs. I always call them God crumbs. I love them. So Sebastian, I'm going to give you an opportunity if you can just throw out one tip to the listeners if they're having a hard time, if they're trying to overcome something, whether it's a physical thing or a mental thing, a relationship thing. If there's one tip that you could give to them that would help them, just to give them a little courage, a little support, a little boost, what would you share after your event? And look at you. I mean, I wish you guys could see him because you got the twinkliest eyes. I mean, you look fabulous. You are the picture of health.
I think that this is something that I was thinking today while I was walking. As you know, like I'm traveling on vacation I'm going to go visit my family in Puerto Rico. And I realized as I was walking, maybe I'm going to have more time to write a little bit or put something together related to this. And yes, what I was thinking earlier was with the situations, whether it's cancer, or any other illness. I think sometimes, and we were talking about whether is there a reason why things happen or not. I think sometimes it's just want to show you what are you made of. It's like, are you gonna whine and just roll, on the ground, or are you gonna, fight any fight that is gonna come through you, and you're gonna put the chest, like we say in Spanish, like in soccer, put the chest to the ball, like you're not gonna be afraid of facing it, So yeah, I think at this point is, to me, the blessing part will be that I was able to realize who I am, and not only me but my family. Like everybody stepped up to the plate and were able to like hang with me and encourage me. And but even myself, I was like, you know what, it's not gonna take me down. Whatever is not gonna take me down. I'm gonna. So the one thing they say, people say I'm a survivor, and the one thing that I sometimes I don't like it so much, and that's what I say, I'm not a survivor. I'm almost like a little killer. Because I really think that you have to be willing to go all the way, and be a warrior. Just be able to continue fighting. We can't give up. Whoever is going through anything similar to what I went through, I can say I wish you all the best, but I said you just gotta put the best face, and every time you get out there, say you're not gonna take me down, and go for it. Go for it. Just if he's going for a walk every morning, and every morning when you get out there, especially if it's not as cold as it is here in Minnesota, you will be able to do it even easier. Just get out there and say, you know what, you're not gonna take me down, and I'm gonna go for a walk, and I'm gonna meditate, visualize whatever you have to do, or whatever it needs to be done. But when you come back, you're gonna feel great after that walk, but you gotta keep repeating yourself and doing so. After a few days, you are gonna feel a completely different person, and believe me. And if you ever need help, you can also contact me. I just gave my email earlier, but yeah, and you have whatever you need, you have a big team of people that can always support you. So with NADA, we have a big group. We have a great group of people that is always ready to help. So I would say, don't give up. Just put your gloves every single day, just for fun. Go outside, and you know what? All you gotta do is be your own self. Just say, you know what? I'm gonna be better today. I'm gonna be better today. Every single time you get out, even if you don't feel like it, out there, and start repeating yourself what you wanna see.
Awesome advice. Awesome advice. Sebastian, I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your schedule. You are super busy, and I know you're getting ready to leave for your trip. But to share your story so personally and intimately, and to offer help to other people that you don't even know. And that's what this is all about, is building a huge community of people supporting one another, and just being there with love and encouragement and whatever it takes to get a person through whatever that challenge happens to be. So thank you so much. And I'm so blessed to have been on part of this journey with you. And without a doubt, we'll be friends forever. Plus, he knows about Puerto Rico, and he can show me around. So thank you again so very much, Sebastian. And don't forget, listeners, his information will be on the show notes, so you'll be able to get in touch with him, no problem. And until next week, take care, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Please go to nadahogan.com for show notes and other information that you can use right away. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the podcast. And don't forget to rate and review right there on iTunes, Stitcher, or however you get your podcasts. And don't forget to tell your friends about it. We'll see you next week.